I think it's too low for you, or is it a... Just make sure. Yeah, that's okay.
Should I just go?
Just go.
Dear Earth, I see for myself your wild places, your cool ice blue glaciers, your lush forests, your crashing seas are being poisoned, trashed, and butchered. You are dying, Earth, but not of natural causes. Your blue water blood has become acid, your breath black with carbon, your internal organs clogged with plastic. Day by day, you're being killed by greed, consumption, ignorance, and neglect. But you don't have to die. There is hope. People care. People in this very room care. I care. Ladies and gentlemen, the earth calls me to speak to you today on its behalf, to speak for its wild things who cannot be here. I bring their voice, their courage, their fear. Like the song of the birds above and the whale song from the oceans below, I too sing for reason to prevail on earth. Like deer in frequent forest fires, fleeing to safer grounds, I too feel the fear that the wild places we trust will vanish, no longer providing us with safety or protection. I live in a wild place. I live in Alaska and fish with my dad along the rivers around Lake Iliamna. Now, a company, in order to extract gold, is blasting for permits for Pebble Mine, with plans to construct 2 750-foot earthen dams. This would destroy some of the rivers we fly fish in and possibly ruin a world-class salmon fishery, Bristol Bay. Let me ask you, is 30 short years of gold equal to thousands of years of fishing salmon, experiencing beauty, and feeling serenity? Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence of the United States that all men are created equal. Let's extend Jefferson's belief to include the Iroquois Confederacy value that all relations are created equal. Our wild places, wild plants, wild animals, and wild creatures, including native peoples, deserve the same justice that we grant ourselves. It is the legacy of our land. The wise Iroquois leader, Chief Oren Lyons, asks us, how are you treating your children? Who is raising up the leaders? Raise up the leaders. Teach them of ceremony in wild places. Elders may say, when ceremony is forgotten, our connection with earth is broken. I am not alone in embracing these ideas. Here with me today are young leaders and young professionals from 17 different nations. Everyone under the age of 30, please stand. Each and every one of us is finding our inner power to help. Make it easy for us to participate. Share what you know. Ask for our voices to be heard. Collect and collaborate with us. Ask our opinion. Teach us and guide us. When we ask for an interview or understanding or support, just say yes. Make no decisions about wild places without us. We who will live with the consequences of your decisions. If not at the table, then we in our wild places are probably on the menu. In the conservation desert, we must think like a cactus. We must be prickly and protective of nature. We must soak up the rare waters, so when the dry years come, we will reach our arms up to the sun and wait for those rare rainfalls, these gatherings of wild friends. And when they come, we will reach our arms up to soak in the ideas, the hope, and the stories, holding them deep inside our hearts. My dad is a businessman, but we cannot do business as usual. It is time for giant leaps, not baby steps. You must learn to run again, or together we will be falling off cliffs. No sense clinging to the rocks that are falling with you. Let's run together. Let's work together for the wild. This is the energy that President Obama calls for in the fierce urgency of now. Dear wild earth, from my wildflower meadow, I now see a new purity. Happy you, earth, harmony rules. Money and will is found easily for your wellness. I see that their wild places are saved. An earth charter of equal rights for land makes companies respect you. Natives in the wild remain untouched. People take only what they need. Large migration paths are restored. Animals are taken in photos only. Plants range free from invasives. Species on the shaky edge of survival have all they need to live. Oceans are chemically balanced. Wilderness conservationists play outside. Ceremony is celebrated. Like a pride of lions after a feast, we rest, satisfied, content, at peace in our element. Thank you everyone from the Wild Foundation and Unides para la Conservación who brought us here to beautiful Merida, Mexico. Ian Player, the founder of the Wild Foundation and Global Network of Wilderness, asked my mom to take people out on trail. So many of us have just returned from walking the wilderness on the white sandy beaches and kayaking the lagoons of Siancán. By the way, thanks Mom, it was amazing. Mother Teresa once said, "We cannot do great things. We can only do small things with great love." Just like this speech, a small thing, but spoken with great love for my mother, for all things wild, and for Earth. As my mom's wild child, I ask, if not me, who? If not now, when? Excuse me, we have some things to do.